Hello and welcome to ALW Exploration. That is an opencast dragline excavator. Built in 1946. It was built in the USA and it was brought to the UK in 1954 and it became the largest dragline excavator in Europe. And it was in use until the year 2000 when it was placed here as a memorial to all the workers. Due to the current pandemic, they do open days on it, but at the minute they aren't doing any, which is a shame. There's also birds nesting on it because it's in a nature reserve now, because the Swillington opencast mine became Swillington Nature Reserve. It's full of gulls and buzzards and things now. This opencast mine actually flooded in 1988. And it was flooded for 10 years, and this just sat here not in use for all those years. And then 1998 it was reopened, and then this did little to no work, and then it was finally decommissioned in the year 2000. You see the big turntable system it used to rotate on. This is the back of the machine. I'll show you around the front of the machine. I'm here with Paul today. Let's go have a look around the front there.
Hi, just look on the embankment.
Oh, have you been told off?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been up the embankment as well, just to get some shots.
Well, you got away with it?
Well, no one saw me. National Coal Board. That's quite a sight, that. Paul's just getting some snaps of that like motor thing there. I haven't worked out what that is yet. There's some people over there. Wherever I go, they follow. So I just keep wandering away from them. The RSPB run this site now. They call it St Aidans, and what was the opencast mine is now a nature reserve. This all flooded really badly in 1988. It was then pumped out again, but it took 10 years to get this colliery back working again. So this large dragline excavator sat for all those years waiting to be used again, and it wasn't used much after that, because opencast mining, the technologies have moved on and they use smaller diggers rather than using this large machine, because it used to pull that big scoop along. It used to scoop the coal up with it. There is a website dedicated to looking after this dragline excavator, and it's walkingdragline.org. Just looking at how this machine operated, these wires tightened and loosened, lifting this arm up, and then they in turn lifted this arm up and down, so it lifted up like that. And then at the front they had the drag line, which was that large bucket would be pulled out, and then it'd be drawn back and it'd haul the coal in, and it'd be mechanically taken away to either the power stations or wherever the customers were for the opencast mine. Control box was there, and then all the engines and hydraulics were in here. There would have been big winch motors inside. Some of the parts that make this arm go up and down have been removed, I can see there. Don't know if you can make it out on the camera. So that's the big scoop, or the draw line. There's a baby rabbit near it. That really is nature taking it back. And that's one of the big winch motors that pulled this chain back, and then it'd draw it back out to the front over there, then it'd pull it back in again, pulling in the coal. I would imagine most of the operators of this back in 1988, this really went out of service because it wasn't used much after that. Won't be around to tell the stories anymore, but if they are, please leave a comment. What a sight. I mean, it's not as big as the ones that can be seen in Russia.
Coming to the UK in 1954 and later moving to St Aidans in 1974, it is claimed that this is the largest preserved walking dragline excavator in Western Europe.
So I'm looking at it head on now. Can't begin to imagine how much noise that would have made when it was drawing coal forwards in that massive bucket. Must have been several tons inside the bucket as it pulled it back. Due to it being nesting season at the minute, and it's a nature reserve, I'm not going to use the drone because birds don't like the drone, and I don't want to sort of frighten them and affect nature, so I won't be using that today. So no drone footage. I'll have to strap a GoPro to one of the buzzards. Look at that. It's just staggering to look at. Amazing. Walnut dragline excavator. Thank you so much for watching this short video. Might come back when they're doing an open day and we can get inside, but at the minute birds are nesting inside there because it's that time of year when birds nest. So they're in there with all their eggs, keeping their eggs warm. But we'll return in the future. So that is the Walking Dragline Excavator. I'm Andy from ALW Exploration. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.
Looking over my shoulder, looking back at your door.